Good morning, everyone. It's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd love to welcome you here, your spirit guides, my spirit guides, this morning with me. And I'd like to, as usual, acknowledge our First Nations Worimi people. Okay, sorry if I look a little bit seedy today. Wednesday night, I caught the very, very beginning of the trooping preparations to take the Queen's coffin from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Hall, and it felt disrespectful to go to bed before that procedure was completed. So that was a very wee hours of the morning. And then last night it was the Australian Wallabies versus the New Zealand All Blacks in the rugby union, playing a game with the Bledisloe Cup, which is between the two nations. And even though I have spent I was born in Australia and spent the majority of my life in Australia, I spent my couple of decades, very formative years in New Zealand, and my family is all in New Zealand. So I was barracking for the All Blacks and they won. So I may have had a wine too many in celebration. Considering the rest of my household we're going for the Wallabies, so do apologise. Thank you. What do I want to have a look at today? Really not much happened overnight, so what I want to have a look at, a couple of things. Hang on, just get the pendant out. Okay, apparently there was Trump's lawyers, Trump or whomever it was behind the scenes offered a settlement in the Letitia James fraud trial. So I'll have a little bit of a look at that. It came across as a bit of a bribe feel about it, but I assume it is just settlement, so a settlement offer, but I just want to see where that's going to lead. Letitia James rejected it. The real gut feeling I got when I saw it is that she just wants to take this all the way and leave punishment to the IRS, Inland Revenue Service in the US. And if the IRS in the US are anything like the Australian Tax Office, the ATO in Australia, I would be quaking in my boots if I was in that position. The ATO basically, you are guilty until proven innocent, and they have the full backing of the government behind them, and they spare no expense in bringing you to justice if they feel that it is required. So I fear the ATO more than I do the federal police. So I make sure with my tax returns everything is completely above board. So I want to have a quick look and see where that case is going to go. And I'm going to go and have another look at Sweden, because the right is still bothering me. I don't feel settled with that, so I'm going to have another look and just ask some further questions. So we'll start with, so hopefully it'll be a fairly short video today. We'll see where it leads us. What do I want? Okay, the IRS. Split the deck to do my usual round of shuffles. Harsh truth coming forward, and we've got this giving and receiving, grifting in regards to, this is grifting, this is bribery, this is you name it. So I'm just going to ask, tell me about this. So Letitia James rejected a settlement offer in regards to the State Department. Morning, Meister. Yeah, he's just letting me know he's here. Thank you. And hello, Nareen. Yes, thank you. Okay, let's get going. Tell me about this settlement offer for the Trump org fraud case. Tell me about this settlement offer. It was rejected. Okay, yeah, it's all about, okay, thank you, Meister. It's all about contracts and agreements, but I'm getting the feeling that there are people behind the scenes that have contracts and agreements in regards to this that don't want to be discovered. Okay, show me where this is going to go. Show me where this is going to go. This New York State Department, this settlement offer. Okay, he's telling me to stop shuffling. Stop shuffling. Okay, one fell out. And it's very similar. Okay, so this is very much about partnerships, agreements, contracts. It's similar to the Lovers, but it has a slightly different energy. This is more emotional rather than contractual. So this is literally emotional partnerships. Okay. Find that. Actually, I'm looking at this card, looking at the, so you've got this female figure here who is holding on to her cup, and you have the male figure, he's reaching over, and she looks very unhappy about that, about him reaching towards her cup even though both cups are being held out. So I'm thinking that this is actually the settlement offer as the signifier. Crossed by, well, who else but? Don't expect anybody else. Okay. Base of the reading is the fact that the empire is crumbling, that the money is just literally dripping away. That's why a settlement offer was made, because you've got this, the assets, the money, the offer was rejected, but also there's literally, the money is just dripping away. Okay, in the past, well, despair, heartbreak, betrayal, loss in the face of the truth. The truth is literally stabbing through the heart and stabbing through the eye. So it's stabbing through the heart, but stabbing through what is seen as well. This card really, just the imagery. So the settlement, I think, would have been a partial of what he's actually going to lose. Okay. Crowning this reading, we're back to Temperance, which is about balance and moderation, but also making everything even again. You've got 1 foot in the water, which is emotion, 1 foot on land, which is stability. So mercurial and stable, pouring from one cup to the other. So this is just making the karma even again. Okay, thank you, Master. In regards to this offer, immediate future, we have a plan coming to fruition. The ship coming into harbour. Okay, I don't know that she has rejected it outright. Okay, Letitia James's plan is to take this all the way into harbour. Externally, in regards to the reason behind this offer, well, do I need to explain? There's a lot of dirt that is going to rise to the surface and be exposed, a lot of filth. Internally, there's so many court cases, they are just getting bombarded. So much information coming out, but also so much information forward. It's just been head spinning, and I'm quite glad today's slightly quiet. So much information coming forward in regards to the seediness, and here we have hopes and fears, slow steady progress forward, just determination to do what is right. Outcome, illusion and delusion. It was all about power and control, money laundering, and the end of this king character, whatever you like to call them. It's about authentic reform being able to take place, but it is also about the trampling of this particular figure. His crown has tumbled off, and we have a new dawn arising. Sabotage, betrayal, So there is this, okay, thank you, smoke and mirrors. They're trying to create, it was all about creating smoke and mirrors in regards to this money laundering and corruption and bribery, but it is going to come to an end. The lies are going to come to an end. He is going to be forced to defend himself, and here we have the DOJ. I'm not sure quite, so there's going to be something in this case that I think may go to the DOJ itself. But I do like these cards. I do like it. Page of Pentacles, messages coming forward in regards to the money. Okay, so what was behind it? To try and cover up. There's stuff that's going to come out that is going, they don't want anybody to know. It's just going to be seedy yick. Okay, so what I might do is I might just ask about how the court case is going to go. I'm not sure when it's actually next stage is down for now, but let's just see how it goes. How will the State Department, I have read on this before several times, but it doesn't hurt to check in with the energies again to see where it's going now, especially now that she's rejected this offer of a settlement. Now, you don't make a settlement offer unless you know that it's a case that you're going to lose. And you don't reject a settlement offer unless you know that it's a lot bigger than it's a lot bigger and a lot more important than what is currently known. Okay. Oh, so yeah. Okay. So here's the offer being rejected because. Sorry, hands full. Here's the offer being rejected because they have this information coming forward. Slow, steady, forward movement in regards to the finances, because they have this, and full illumination. They want full illumination so that, okay, thank you, I'm being told, so that legislation can be brought forward to prevent it from happening again. But also to have this case as an example. Okay, tell me about how it's going to progress the fraud case against Trump org being brought by the, keep getting IRS, and then of course at the base we have the tower, IRS. Tell me about how this court case against Trump org for money fraud, property fraud, taxes fraud, you name it. How's it going to go against? How is it going to go for Trump org? How's it going to go for Trump org? How's it going to go for Trump org? Right, thank you. Do I need to go any further? Justice. As simple, as plain as it can be. There will be justice. This, I've always seen that this is the case that will take Trump and Trump all down. Crossed by the magician. They have everything at their disposal. But the justice, it is also a card of manipulation as well. The justice is not going to be manipulated. It is about the manipulation. This says, I'm reading I'm being told there's two messages in this particular card. It's about the fact that the justice has, they know everything. And that's why she's refused settlement. Because it's going to be a blow out of the water case. But it is also looking into the manipulation. Base of the reading, there is a plan that is going to come to fruition. Letitia James wants to bring these ships right into harbour. In the past, Ooh, here's your whistleblower. I've read multiple times that it was Ivanka, but there are others as well. There is, what was the chief financial officer's name? Weiselberg. And there are others. But these are the whistleblowers in the past bringing forward the truth. So they know everything. They know. I can't repeat that enough. Here is, it's an abundant new start, but it's also the Russia card. Okay, I'll keep going with this. So crowning the reading, links to Russia. Okay, oh wow, immediate future. The truth, massive truth coming forward to bring about a new start. And how I said legislation, so that this can be a test case, a set. A case that will be used as an example for other cases, but this is also about this massive truth coming forward so that legislation can be made to prevent it from ever happening again. Okay, immediate future. It's going to be huge. Externally. So tell me about how this is going to affect Trump org. Well, we have them here. Battered and bruised and wounded by all the information that is coming out externally. Internally, it's all about the contracts and agreements. Internally, what a tangled web I'm just getting what a tangled web they wove. There is a lot of internal contracts that are going to be exposed, and we don't know the full story as of yet. Very uncomfortable for them. Hopes and fears. That there is calm diplomacy, calm logic being brought to this. Quite powerful. I wonder if this is Bragg. Bragg hasn't proven himself terribly well recently, but this is about just calmly working through it. Powerful masculine energy. Okay, outcome. It is literally a crossroads case, this one. Tower, again. An offer being made, but rejected, and it is an extremely powerful message that they want to bring forward, Letitia wants to bring forward, and we have the judgment card. Judgment and the legal system coming forward, and here they are working diligently and full illumination. So this is what they're wanting to achieve. It is really a crossroads case that is going to be a breaking down of old systems and old structures, so can be renewed. There was this offer made that was rejected because they want to bring forward this new start message of legislation and warning that this will not be tolerated. Judgment by the legal system. They're making slow and steady progress, full illumination. Base we've got loss, disappointment. This is what the legal system are wanting to do. They're wanting to pack up all the truth and move it into something solid and moving forward. There's complete and utter downfall for the Trump org. Yeah, I've always seen that this is the case that's going to devastate Trump, because he's just going to lose financially everything, because he's got all his assets tied up in some way in this Trump org. At the moment, the Trump org are juggling, trying to work out a way to get out of this, about how to save everything, but I don't think it's going to be possible, because we have Letitia James bringing forward this harsh truth in regards to well, it's just money laundering and fake foundations of the past. Okay, so that wasn't necessarily from the Trump org point of view, but that was quite interesting. That yes, it is going to go forward for the reason that they want the lead. They've got the information and they want it to go forward because they want to set an example. I might have a look at it from Trump org point of view. I'll just pop those away. So much for being a short reading. Let's see how we go. So tell me how this court case is going to go. This money fraud court case from the Trump org point of view. I had a look from that was sort of an overview, very much leaning towards the actual prosecutors, but I want to see it from inside and Trump org. I've got my eyes shut and I'm halfway falling asleep behind it. Sorry about that. Okay, I want to see how is this New York State Department case going to go from the view of Trump org. For Trump org itself, how is this New York State Department fraud case going to go? Not well. Not well. Okay. How is this? Right, thank you. Oh, well, this is the signifier, and this is what it's all about. This is all about these dealings in the background going in regards to money while other people are doing the dirty work. Other people are doing the hard work while this poor chap, he's he's the one doing the hard work but not getting the money. These are the ones in the riches. So it's all about I'm just looking at what's on the bottom of the pack. Moral corruption and loss and despair. I think those two cards just about to sum up the whole reading. Okay, but we'll see what's in between. But yeah, this is all about the signifier cards, all about the laundering, the corruption, you name it. Okay, crossed by the Hanged Man. Okay. Oh, from the Trump org point of view. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me, Meister. I do tell them to give me a whack around the head if I don't get it right or if I'm pausing. The settlement offer was an attempt to stop it. They don't want it coming out. Okay, because I did say from the Trump org point of view. Let's see where it goes. Foundation, judgment, pure and simple. Coming up for this judgment. In the past, mercenary actions, but also slow, steady progress forward with the information about the money. And that's in the past, so that's why it's going ahead, because they know they can take them completely down with this, take the Trump org completely down with this information. Okay. No prisoners is what I'm getting. Thank you. Crowning the reading, here is this King of Cups again. Calm, logical, diplomatic, but very intense about doing what is right on a moral and emotional level. Okay. And there we have the Queen of Cups in the immediate future. So they're finding themselves under this spotlight glare. Now I'd say Biden administration, but I don't think this is the Biden administration itself. I think it's more the State Department of New York Oh, thank you. Right, it's the IRS. They are under this glare of the IRS. And then we have the Queen of Cups, who has something in her cup that is not yet revealed at the moment. She's staring intently at it. So this is the immediate future. Love it that we've got both the King and the Queen. So thank you, IRS. Thank you. And then we have this feminine energy. They have something, the IRS have something in this cup that has not yet been revealed, and it's going to be quite a surprise for some and not for us others externally. Internally. So externally, it's going to be this destruction of the assets. Internally, they're still desperately trying to make a plan to get out of it. There is an eventuality, but they're desperately trying to get out of it. Looking for help overseas, they're at a real crossroads about what message they present. Hopes and fears. Well, here's the complete and utter downfall of the King and the rising of the new dawn between the pillars of truth, the pillars of wisdom. Outcome. Offer being made, being rejected. The legal system. Wow, okay. So we've got the legal system, the Emperor. We've got our whistleblower here again. Okay, an offer being made but rejected to the legal system by the Emperor because they have this whistleblower, and then we have justice. Whew, and then we have on the base loss, despair, moral corruption of this Trump figure. He's going to be exposed for who he truly is. He's going to be exposed for who he truly is by this court case. This is my Letitia James card. Full illumination. As I could keep going with the story there are a few other interesting cards on the bottom there. It is a crossroads moment in regards to the domestic US situation, heartbreak and loss as the harsh truth comes forward. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. This is why the offer was rejected, because they have everything that they need to take it down, and she wants to take it down. She needs to take it down so that or the State Department of New York need to take Trump all down, and very publicly, so that this doesn't happen again. Okay, I'm going to go to Sweden again because I'm not really, it just keeps playing on me. What we've got here is we've got the far right won the election by 3 seats, which out of what it was, it's 349 seats. They won by 3, which means 2 seats basically decided this. However, the party that won is a very loose conglomeration of 4 moderate and right-leaning parties. So the actual main left parties, what are they called? Just trying to think who they're called. I didn't note them down. But the left-leaning party the Social Democrats. They actually got the majority of votes out of all the parties, but the right has formed this coalition with the moderates. So what are they? The Social Democrats, who used to be the neo-Nazi party. I just find that interesting that they call themselves Social Democrats now. Do not be fooled by the labelling of these parties. Also, so they've joined the Christian Democrats, the moderates and the Liberal Party to form this very loose coalition. Led by, I did write it down somewhere, but I've got too much. Ulf Kristersson, Ulf, U-L-F, Kristersson with a K. Apparently, it's just really bothering me. Okay, so I'm going to do a full Celtic cross on this, and then I'm going to have a look with my intuition cards as well. So tell me about how this loosely held, and if you remember yesterday's reading, it's going to self-destruct, but it may not be for several years. So just tell me about how things are going to go for this. I mean, trying to put four-party ideals together where they've never had a coalition before. They haven't nutted out the nuts and bolts of how, what, when, who. It's going to be interesting. So tell me about how this loose right coalition is going to go in Sweden. This loose right coalition in Sweden. Tell me how this loosely aligned. Oh, my scalp is just tingling. Tell me how this loosely aligned right coalition is going to go in Sweden. Please, Master, make sure I interpret them. Don't bring my own prejudices in. How is this loosely aligned right in Sweden going to go? Okay, thank you. Queen of Swords. Okay. Powerful, really mentoring, powerful feminine energy, bringing forward truth. So this is the signifier card. She's bringing forward the truth and wisdom and intellect, and she has compassion over the realm. So this is the signifier. It's not telling me it's the right, so we'll keep going. Challenged by the Eight of Swords. Okay. So they're going to find themselves. So this is how they view themselves as the bringing forward the truth for the people, etc. Blah da 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 da. But they are going to find themselves confined and hamstrung by this same messaging, that the same truth that they're wanting to bring forward. Thank you. Just got to chill right up my legs when I said that. Foundation, the devil. It's all about power, the greed for power, the addiction to power. This is what this loose right is really constructed of. A desperate greed for power. Wow. In the past we had the Queen of Cups. I will call this what was her name? Magdalena Anderson, but she's in the past. She was compassionate, diplomatic, very popular leader, and as I said, her party did get the most votes. Okay, crowning the reading, the Page of Pentacles. So this is bringing forward a new message of it's just a page. But it's about trying to bring forward this new Ace of Pentacles for the country, this new path forward, but it is only a page. It's not a very strong message. Immediate future. It's not going to go well for them. They're really going to struggle pulling this party together. Death. Endings and beginnings and complete reform. Authentic reform. But it is about coming out of the light into the dark. Okay, externally, again another page. So externally they're going to be delivering these messages, but they're not going to be very strong messages. There's going to be disappointment about what message they can bring forward. Internally, they're going to try and bring forward an offer to pull the parties together. It's trying to sort of have a peace offering. The hopes and fears is that they're going to take naivety. Thank you, Meister. I was going to say that they're going to take Sweden back to the past through their policies, because they are very much like the Republican Party, or aspects of the Republican Party in the US, where things will go backwards, which is disappointing. But I also think there's a naivety about how they think they're going to pull this together. Outcome. Okay. Lots of trying to make agreements together, wish fulfillment. We've got this luxury gilded cage, packing up the swords of truth and moving towards a new horizon, a crossroads. And the Ten of Wands, burden, trying to bring about a new beginning. And here we have this attempt at the new beginning. However, on the base, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. They're going to have to defend their decisions. They're going to find parties are isolated. They're going to have to undertake introspection about what they actually want. There's going to be disappointment, loss and heartbreak and despair of this arrangement that's coming through. And what it's telling me is that there will be some in the party that are going to wield more power than others in this coalition, that are going to wield more power than others. And there's going to be disappointment in this, but it's not going to work in the long run. Might just ask Pendulum over this again. A couple of questions that came to me then. Okay. Excuse my lumpy bits there. When I sit up straight, the lumpy bits go, but that's just me. Me and all my lumpy bits. Okay. May I ask a question, Pendulum? May I ask a question, Maester and Noreen? May I ask a question? Very definitely yes. Is this coalition going to succeed? Is this right coalition going to succeed? Well, that's a no. Is there going to be disappointment by the voters in this coalition? That's a yes. Is this coalition going to make it to the next election cycle in 5 years' time? Is this coalition going to last to the next election cycle in 5 years' time? And that's a no. Okay. I don't know where else I can go on that. It's just not going to work for them. It's not going to work, and it's not going to last the distance. Okay. I am going to... haven't used this for a while. There I was thinking it was going to be a short reading. I do apologise. Full illumination and yes, when I was thinking about politics in Sweden. Okay, tell me about how this politics in Sweden is going to go. How is Sweden going to go moving forward? How is Sweden going to go moving? Okay, no, I shall ask the other question. How is this coalition of the right? Tell me about this coalition of the right. Tell me of this coalition of the right in Sweden. Tell me about this coalition of the right in Sweden. A lot of noise being made. A lot of noise. Tell me about noise without substance. Tell me about this coalition of the right. Okay, thank you. We'll run through this quickly. For those that haven't seen these cards before, to my new subscribers, my new viewers, these are cards that I made up that with the help of Meister and Narin. I don't read upside down, so there's an awful lot of cards to get everything covered. But these are more of a tell a story cards than the tarot. This tells, and so you'll get the gist of it. So there's a lot of noise going on at the moment. Not a lot of substance behind it is what I'm getting. It is about, oh, okay, this is literally my devil card. It is about greed and greed for power, greed, desire for the good times. It's going to basically collapse and die. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of yellow in this first line, but yeah, it's a lot of noise without substance, and at the moment it is purely a coalition built on greed for power, but it is going to come undone and die, and whoever is going to lead the realm, so to speak, is going to, after this death, there's going to be someone good come in charge, and I'm wondering whether that is Anderson, as the scales of justice are rebalanced, and we have happiness here. So not a good start, but this is about the change coming through. Okay. Let's see what this line brings for us. Okay, so what we have here, it's been a while since I've read these cards, so I'm refamiliarising them myself with them, basically. There's going to be a lot of anger about the hard work that was done to rebuild Sweden and bring the technology up to date, but they're going to find their glasses empty and these dark clouds hanging over this party. So there's going to be a need for a leap of faith. Oh, okay, thank you, Meister. What it's telling me is that there's a few people that are going to leap from one side to the other, and it's going to lead to this strengthening of growth. There's a lot of work going on. There's a real busyness about this behind the scenes, and it's telling me that I'm spot on, and it is all about the go. Okay, well, this is interesting. So this far right party has what the platform they ran on was basically an anti-immigration platform. It is the usual fear of the that the Republican Party in the US spouts so openly. It is a fear of people who are not, that are, if I say not the same, just a fear of immigrants that is unfounded. Okay, so there is going to be a lot of busyness that are going to hit the target and be given the go. And what it is, it's about the immigrants and helping the immigrants, and it's about the health of the country as well. The health of the country, and it is the women disappointed at what the actual outcome was. No, not women, men. men disappointed at the actual outcome. That's interesting, because usually it's the women, which is why I went immediately to women. But it's about helping our fellow man, helping these immigrants wherever they come from, whether it be Ukraine or Poland or Northern Africa or wherever they are flowing through. It is even Russian immigrants who just don't want Russia, the Russia that Russia has become. But it is about giving a helping hand for the health of the country, and the health of the country does rise on the back of these immigrants. Speaking from an Australian point of view, where I believe something like 60% of the people in Australia are either first generation or were born overseas. And it is the immigration that has built the back of Australia, and I suspect it's the same for Sweden, but it's not being recognised. They're playing on this fear instead. So there is actual sadness, disappointment on the men. Okay, interesting. Okay, what have we got here? This is about gossip of war at the moment. And it is and threat to the family unit. But this is slowly becoming positive as people realise that it is not just about money and fear. Okay, thank you. And we have here the poverty. This convoluted trail of poverty. So these immigrants, they are following this convoluted trail to escape from poverty, and we need to trust. We need to trust that it'll be okay. There is this light bulb moment that will come through in time, and it is out with the small-mindedness and in with the abundance. Okay. And we are on a global scale in the future. So it's not hugely a tale to tell, because the Swedish people are usually so mild-mannered. It's not sort of fire and brimstone, but what I'm seeing is an actual change in attitude. So what's happening is the right is getting in, they're implementing policy, but they're not going to last. There are a lot of noise. They're implementing policy, they're working on fear, but what I'm getting is that the populace is going to wake up, and I'm very surprised that it is actually the men folk that are waking up and seeing what is happening for what it is, because usually it's the women and the youth. Okay. Thank you for joining me. If you've got any questions, or if there's anything you want me to read on, please put it in the box below. I shall see you on Sunday for Meister's Guidance. Otherwise, I shall see you on Monday. Take care. Love to you all, and I shall catch you later. Bye-bye.